Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma in a turban. In case we haven't met yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. So I know it's the first time you are hearing my voice, seeing my face, or being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. I know I'm an acquired taste, and that is absolutely 100% intentional. I decided quite a while ago, actually in my last corporate job, so it would have been, oh my God, 20 years ago now, that when I went into the interview, I was going to be 100% myself. I was just going to be me. I was going to go in there. I was going to tell and answer all the questions exactly like I felt like I wanted to answer them. Not like what I thought they wanted to hear, not what I thought someone else would say. Exactly 100% me, what I would say, and it's what I did. And it was one of these, I met with the whole board and the whole team interviews, and they just rapid fired and asked me a ton of questions. I mean, I was there for, 5-6 hours. And just my philosophy, my past experience. We talked about everything. And I was a little bit nervous preparing for it. I'm like, how do you prepare for something like that? How do you meet with an entire board and answer all their questions and just, rapid fire with all the department heads and do that? And so I decided, instead of worrying about it and fretting about it, that my best preparation was to just be myself and to really be authentically honest. And that led me to my absolute favorite job and favorite position in corporate America, because I was just me, and I didn't have to toe the corporate line or do this or do that. And part of what they wanted was me and a change agent and somebody that would, be, I guess, committed to my principles and my beliefs and my values. And if they're in alignment with the organization, which they were, I wouldn't have been interviewing with them, then it worked out really well. And I absolutely had loved that job. That was my last job in corporate America. And I think a really good one to go out on, because it led me to mostly being myself in my businesses. I admit, like a whole lot of other people, I spent a lot of years not being my authentic self, doing the things that I thought I should do, being who I thought other people expected me to be, trying to be the good little wife and a good mom. And I think I was a terrible mom sometimes. I worked too much. I didn't give my kids my attention when they needed my attention sometimes, because I was busy working too much. But otherwise, I think I was a pretty good mom. I definitely taught them some life lessons and things not to do, which I feel a little bit sad and bad about. But I guess that's what we do. We do the best we can. Wouldn't it be awesome if being a parent came with an instruction manual, or being an awesome person came with an instruction manual? I find it fascinating that of all the years of human knowledge and study and education, each of us still has to find it on our own. We have to journey out and look for things on our own. I remember the first time I read some personal development and self-development books. I think I was in my 20s before I was actually exposed to personal development or anything about, how human beings work and how we think and philosophy and things. I was in my 20s before I was exposed to any of that. And I remember thinking, how come nobody tells us this stuff? How come we don't know this? The same thing with the book Think and Grow Rich and The Science of Getting Rich and As a Man Thinketh, Cybernetics. I remember reading those books and thinking, how come everybody doesn't know this? And I think it's because we don't find things until we're ready for that information. So I went a lot of years being just like everybody else, being the normal cog in the machine, running through my corporate career, running through my life, raising my family, doing what I thought I was supposed to do to have a happy life and be successful. And I found myself at 50, very, very unhappy, very, very stressed out, and a few months into it, very, very dead. And that was a huge wake-up call for me, that I had to make massive changes. I was fortunate enough to not die. It didn't stick. I tell everybody I wasn't done yet, and it didn't stick. So here I am speaking to you today. But for all intents and purposes, I should not be here. I really shouldn't be here. it's a miracle how the situation aligned, and I happened to be one of the few people that actually was revived and recovered this health event. I had a sudden cardiac arrest, and most people don't make it out of that. Most people aren't found. So it changed everything, and since then I have pretty much been just me. It's like, here I am, this is what you get, take it or leave it. And as I found myself transitioning from my brick and mortar businesses and corporate America and the offline business world, I had the opportunity a couple of years ago to start really digging into and exploring how things work online and getting involved in the online world and the internet. And now I love combining the two, taking the brick and mortar world and people in brick and mortar businesses and introducing them to the power of the ability to supersize their businesses by using the internet and some of the automation and outsourcing and other type tools that are available that I, as a brick and mortar business owner, was too busy running my business to even know existed. And every day I find new tools and new things that people can use in their businesses or that I can use in my business. And I'm amazed at how easy they are and how much easier they make my life and how much of my time they free up to spend doing things that I really, really love doing. And so there's a tool for anything, or an app for almost anything nowadays. And apps talk to each other, so you can, instead of having a person do things, you can have different applications actually linked together to communicate with one another. So you don't have to shuffle papers. You don't have to pass on information. You don't have to make phone calls. You don't have to follow up and do things. You get reports automatically sent to you. You don't even have to create reports. They can be automatically generated for a lot of things. How awesome is that? I used to spend, like a week of the month in my corporate jobs preparing reports for the rest of the organization. That's crazy stuff, right? And that was with computers, but we didn't have the power of the applications and the computers and the things that are available now. Because I left corporate America, I want to say 15 years ago. 14, 15 years ago. Quite a long time ago. Yep, 15 years. 15 years. It's 2018 already. Wow. So today, I'm thinking about the future because I'm doing a 30-day challenge. And when we started, day one was, what are the stories from your past? Share the stories of your past with respect to supersizing your business. Yesterday was, what's your current situation? Share your current story. What is the current story you're telling, both the newspaper, news release version, and then the behind the scenes real story. Write those stories. And now today is, what is the story of the future that you're going to create as you supersize your business? And not the story of just your business from a financial standpoint, but from all aspects that we want to consider as human beings to feel fulfilled. So physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, relationships, financial, and contribution. We want to consider all those aspects of our supersized business, not just, oh yeah, I'm $1 billion business, so everything's hunky-dory. With a $1 billion business comes $1 billion challenges and $1 billion systems and structures and effort that has to go into building a business like that. And that makes it even more important to consider all of those 7 aspects that I just spit out at you to future pace and to plan out the story of your future. So I'm doing that today. I did a Facebook Live last night and for some reason, I've been just tripping over my tongue lately. I don't know if my tongue is heavy or if I was just tired, but I noticed this morning, my last video, I was like, I couldn't get the words out. I'm like, okay, I think I need to do some mind challenging exercises, or maybe I need a supplement or something. I don't know. Maybe I just need more water in the morning. But I did that. I will do another one today because I've got a whole bunch of topics I want to talk about, and I want to capture them for other people so I can share them with other people in the future and I don't have to redo them. Because I find when I'm coaching people and teaching people the same things, like supersizing their business, that every organization or every individual that I work with, we're going over the same topics and the same things over and over and over again. And depending on the person or the organization, sometimes it needs a customized approach because they might have a unique twist of a problem that they need help with before they can actually get to the topic. But for the most part, there's pieces of the things that I do, the things that I say, the things that I teach that are repetitive. And whenever I find myself repeating something over and over again or doing a repetitive task, I look for ways to automate that task. And for me, creating a video of it is a way to automate that. I've automated the vast majority of my training for other people now. So if I need to teach somebody how to do something or how something works in our organization, okay, here's the video on that. And depending on what their role is and what role they're coming in to fill in the organization, will determine what videos we pull for them to watch. Now, is watching a video the best way to train people? Not everyone, no. But everybody gets the same basic foundation. And then beyond that, each individual's needs get met and dealt with based on what they need help with or what they maybe are lacking or what they want to learn about. And I just make sure that we all start out on the same footing, the same foundation. You know, a lot of companies do that nowadays. They have their employee handbook or something, or their employee training that's like a couple-hour video that people just watch a couple-hour video, get indoctrinated, or just get a little overview of, hey, this is what the company stands for. This is our mission. This is our principles. This is our values. This is our operating procedures and how we do those. This is how we do things here. This is how you get paid, etc. And I think it's a really smart use of time and energy and resources. And I am all about efficiency and effectiveness. You'll figure that out about me. And continuous improvement. It's like in my blood. I think continuous improvement runs through my veins. So that's it. I am busy today. It's going to be a fantastic day because it's Monday. And that means I'm going to be going out in the driveway in my turban and robe and yelling, I feel awesome, because I start every Monday off yelling, I feel awesome. Whether I feel awesome or not, hint, hint. And you know what's funny about that? No matter what, even if I'm having a bad day, and why I started it was because one Monday I just had the doldrums and I was like not feeling really good. I was having some health challenges and I was like, and so I decided, I'm always telling the kids and I'm telling everybody else, just say I feel awesome, because it does work. And it totally does. And I do it on myself. So I thought every Monday, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to start the week, because most people start their weeks on Monday, even though my days all kind of feel the same. Not the same, but they're all different, but the same, because I get to make my own schedule. Every Monday, I just like to go out and yell, I feel awesome. And sometimes I spin around. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get myself dizzy and almost fall down, which would probably not be awesome on video, right? Actually, it might be awesome on video, but I'll try not to fall down ever. I don't like falling down. I find the older I get, the less I like to fall down. Because every time I fall down, something happens. Like I sprain my ankle or twist something, and it just messes me up for a couple of weeks. And I don't have time to be messed up for a couple of weeks. So what are you going to do today to think about your future, to create the future you want, and feel awesome? Go out and do it, and I'll see you tomorrow with day 226 of What's She Up To Now? Bye. Pajama Grandma out.